Alright everyone, the point of this is again to show you where I blacked out at down the road after I had the accident on, and to show you how long it would take to get me out of a wrecked car if I was really in a wreck, and stuff like that, and what I remember about it up to that point. Now, like I told you before when I did this on my deleted channel now, you can't make me forget something I remember during the day, nor can you make me forget something that's a stored memory, nor can you make me forget anything I did unless you physically did it to me and I blacked out during that encounter. Now, when you black out, you have total memory loss. But the point is, you don't black out unless someone strikes you over the head first and then does other things to your body as well, to make you not remember being attacked. Now, your body responds differently to trauma than other people's do. And even Jesus went through a traumatic experience before his own death on the cross. But it don't mean he even remembered it, because your brain and your body shuts down after so much trauma anyway. And it's like a little, blackout when that happens. And like I said, I blacked out twice in my life. And if Jesus died and resurrected from the dead, I could have died twice according to that. Now, of course, who wouldn't like that? Pastor Edward John Thomas and Pastor Lloyd Ray Davis. Because they're fucking liars and pedophiles and trying to molest children and men and women too, maybe. I don't know. But like I said, something strange is going on in that church. Now, like I said, Carl's fiance, we were worshiping in the worship in the church, and she started getting all emotional and was touching my hand as I was worshiping God too. And I was speaking in tongues, and she was just near me on that. Well, it felt like we had some kind of strong connection, and even though I was afraid because I knew she was Carl's fiance, but something was going on, with her emotionally as well, now I don't know if she got cold feet about Carl or not, but I can sense a growing tension between me and Carl in the church after that too. And I think she was trying to break off her marriage, her upcoming marriage to Carl. Now, of course, they were telling her she's getting cold feet and stuff like that. And, of course, ain't nothing I can do about that because it's their church, dear. And, now, yeah, she probably masturbated to me that following night and stuff like that, I guess. But she could also have gotten on base and something, I don't know. But the point is, we were both in the military, so whatever. But I wasn't trying to do anything to her, but lead her to the Lord. But of course, if that involved her falling in love with me and not marrying Carl initially for that amount of time that you did all that with him, the point there is, it was her choice. Now, a lot of people don't believe in a female's choice and want to remove it from them because of Eve. Well, Eve didn't have a choice either, because Adam lied to her and told her not to eat the tree in the middle of the garden, which is the tree of life. Nor should she touch it, lest she die. Well, why would the tree of life kill you if you ate of it? That don't even make sense. Well, Adam had to tell her that. And like Adam and Eve, Carl was a middleman, and me and the girl had an instant karmic connection, and I knew it, and she knew it, and she knew I knew it, and I knew she was trying to break up with Carl. But I also knew the tension between Carl, Pastor Thomas, and the rest of the men in the church, and they were hating that, and again, they were hating that the girl was wanting to break off her relationship with Carl to be with me. Well, I couldn't do nothing about that either. Because, again, she had to make a clean break, not just from Carl and church, but be with me too. I know. And I could feel she didn't want to do that either. So she was still more Carl's fiance than mine. I know. Even if she liked me a little bit or had cold feet. I know. And I still agree it was cold feet though, if she married Carl afterwards, right? Right. But that don't mean we weren't together ourselves either, and I just don't remember it, and they attacked me as well. Now I'm bringing this up now because this is where the car accident comes in. Because if I fucked her and they got mad because we fucked, and they don't want me to remember it, of course, they would repeatedly attack me and to the point of knocking me out. At least. That's what I figured. That's what you figure. And same with one day in the church, Christina and I met in the hall between the towards the back of the church. Well, the back side of the church. Now that was the first time I ever been alone with Christine, his oldest daughter, and stuff like that too. Now, as far as I know, she just calmly walked through the hall, and I stood to the side and let her walk on by. Right? Right. Unless something more happened, I don't know whatever else could have happened. Now, of course, I thought Christine was an attractive young lady, but she's the pastor's daughter, and you don't mess with her, right? Unless, she made a move on me. Then what could have happened? Well, if I was, alone with her in the hall, and we started, talking or something, and I don't remember the conversation, but if we did, whatever we talked about, I don't remember, right? But I do remember sitting there and letting her walk back down the hall, which, seemed like a normal walk to me, until she got to the end of the hall, and, opened the door and went out, right? Well, as far as I know, that's all that happened in my mind. What happened in Christina's mind, or Christine's mind. Only she knows. And that's the point there too. And again, now I do have an idea of things we might could have talked about. That's all that would be, is an idea. And again, but are they hiding that I fucked Christine in the hall? I'm asking. Well, we had sex in the hall. I don't know. I don't remember. But if I did, Christine would, but not me. Not you. That's the point there about an accident and being attacked repeatedly with blows that would kill someone, but still surviving it, which would give me amnesia but not kill me. Now, they believe in monogamy, which I understand that. But the Lord don't necessarily believe in monogamy, especially with kings. Like David and Solomon, or even Abraham and Jacob. So again, those are examples of 4 men who have more than one wife. Now, again, Paul would make it seem like what? God wants you to be with one female. Well, Paul is not God, and each man gets a different amount of grace. And of course, that's the point there too. And I always try to follow the rules. Now, I didn't go back to the church after I got discharged until around 2000, after I got my Mustang, my yellow Mustang. And by then, Kathy, his youngest daughter, was around 14 or so, I guess. But again, I wouldn't try and be with her either, consciously. But I do remember thinking of her after that too. Same with Christine. Now, what am I saying there? I don't know what's going on with me if I black out a lot and don't remember certain events. Now, the point of all this is I'm just being a normal guy. And normal guys want sex with females. And is waiting, in my mind, for the right female. But if I don't remember being with a female, someone's attacking me after I'm with a female. Now, this could have started at the 3-story fall. I'm pretty sure. But who would it involve? Brian and Sonia, or Vivian and her daughter? So I'm trying to figure that out too. And again, the only way that could have happened is if I made it past the curve anyway, and Sonia was outside or something. I saw her and I spoke to her, and we started talking or something. And again, she wanted me to come back by, and I decided to come back by. And again, Brian caught us together or something. Don't know if he had sex or not, but again, went batshit on me, tried to attack me somehow with a bat or something, and knocked me out. Well, again, the point of this is to show whoever it was, Brian or Vivian or whatever, I wasn't doing anything out of the normal of a person my age. And, you know, if me and Sonia talked, or me and Vivian's daughter talked, and it was about sex, well, again, I would tell each person individually the truth that I knew and stuff like that, and how I felt about it and stuff like that. And if that turned either Sonia or Vivian's daughter on, I again would try to do it respectively to age and stuff like that too. And now Sonia, I could be with, period. But Vivian's daughters, I don't know their ages. Can't remember that either, Vivian. But like I said, the point isn't who I was with, or not. The point is, someone went batshit on me. That's why I don't remember it. That's the problem. That's the attempt to murder, no, hands down. Same with Pastor Thomas and Christian Fellowship Church. Same with anyone as well. Now, most of the women in the church were in the Navy, or Navy wives. So that means they had access to the base too. But see, everyone was calling me gay too. So what does that mean? If you feel gay, you're gonna fuck women to prove you're not gay, right? That's just a given, right? And if you're straight, you're gonna, you know, be with any female who will throw herself at you too. But they would, of course, have to get on base and throw themselves at me. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now, I'm not like other men because I read a book about sex from a woman. Now, a man's job isn't to please himself, but his woman. If you don't know that, you're in the wrong line of work. Just playing. But anyway, the point is, when you're with a female, your job as the male is to make sure she's getting the pleasure she wants, so she comes back for more. In the midnight hour, she cried more. With a rebel, and again, now I don't even know if Sonia still lives there, or she used to live, or stuff like that. But I'll show you that too. And I don't even remember where Vivian lived, but it was one of the houses down the road I showed you before. I forgot the name of it, but that's the whole point. Now, the purpose of this, though, is to show you where I blacked out and stuff like that, and things about the accident that didn't occur as well. The first thing to point out is this big old thing right here in my chest. Now, if I went forward into the windshield, even if I was seatbelted, and I cracked my skull against the windshield here, what would this do to my chest? It would crush it, right? In a car accident, right? That's the point. Didn't happen then. The nurse, in fact, when Marceline was telling me about the accident, according to what she said, thought I had a nice chest and stuff like that, and was commenting on my chest a little bit. Well, that's because in a normal car accident, this here thing, when you crash at 55 to 65 miles an hour, will go to your chest. And that's why I'm showing you the speed limit around that curve. I'd have to be going more than 65 or something like that to even lose control. And which would mean even if someone was playing chicken with me, which again could have still been rhino. But the problem is, if it was a car accident, why no chest injury at all? So it's still looking like a physical assault by either Brian or Vivian or someone, or Little Roddy himself, maybe. I don't know. There's 3 suspects, though. Little Roddy, Brian, or Vivian. Now, only way Vivian would do it is if she thought I was with one of her daughters and she was too young to be with me. I would understand that. But I'd also explain it to her. I know that, too. So I'd only be with the oldest daughter, not the youngest daughter anyway. What else can I say? I don't know that. And unless she just wouldn't take that for an answer, what can I say? But Brian, of course, if he caught me and Tanya together, would be all jealous and want to kill me. And I'd point out, well, you used to think of me that I was gay. Well, now you know I'm not. Such shit like that. And if it was Brian, or if someone was playing chicken with me, Little Roddy, well, what that would mean is if I was in the car accident and my chest would go into the steering wheel, the Lord healed my chest, but left, what, the neck injury? Why would he do that? Yeah, the neck injury is more visible even now, and seems to be getting worse because they originally said it was at the C2 and C3, and actually it's traced down from the C1 all the way down to the C4, which is 4 vertebrae. That means I was repeatedly knocked out since the accident in '86. Why? Because females want to fuck me and I give them a choice and they say yes and I say yes. That's the only reason I can think of. And of course the guys don't like that the females want to fuck me the most, and because I'm good in bed or a good fuck. Ask Mary about it. Or Sheena or Daffy. Though Sheena was a quickie. And Molly too. But like I said, I know unless Molly was lubed the whole time and putting KY in her, she's a real female. Other than that, what can I say? Now she does favor my brother Mark, except she had blue eyes and Mark had hazel eyes. On that idea, Big Roddy. Might have thought she looked like Mark. But of course, you would only know that if she saw both her and Mark. But there are also differences between her and Mark. And yeah, she's a strong-looking woman, but she's still a female. Because females get wet when you touch their pussies. Not transgender people. And hermaphrodites were too, but they have a penis and a vagina, so she wasn't one of those, so she was a real female. Now maybe she didn't want to get pregnant by me, and she did. I don't know. But I can't find that out because she's incognito and isn't on YouTube like she used to be, and it's plain low. I know. Like something happened to her, but she don't want to tell the truth about it, so I still suspect she got pregnant because of when she fucked me, which was after her period, about 8 days. That's what I was trying to wonder about. When you have sex after your period, you can get pregnant, crazy. Right? And that's the point. And she started acting like I raped her, and I was trying to make sure she wasn't pregnant, and I wanted to get a pregnancy test, and stuff like that. Now, you can't do it right after, dumbass. That don't work either. Unless you take a special 24-hour, a special pregnancy test that's designed to find out if you're pregnant. Now, you see, the speed limit's around 35, I'm going 40, driving normally, and talking to you while holding the camera. So I'm a better driver than I was now than then, too, obviously. But, the question is, am I a dumbass? Because unless I was playing the fucking Dukes of Hazzard, as well, why would I go off the fucking embankment as well? Or someone was playing chicken with me. Only 2 logical possibilities there too. Now, of course, another problem was my ship banks too. And there weren't any girls on the ship except when we had the students who were wanting to be officers. Now, there I remember a sort of reddish, brownish girl who I took a looking at, but again, I had a wet dream about her a time or two. But other than that, we had no real physical contact other than I saw her throughout the day when I was doing my job or whatever I was doing for the day. That's the point there too. Now this is to show you the timeline I would have had from the perspective of getting from the hospital again to the accident as well. Now it's already 8:46, and I'm going to mark the time when I blacked out and figure out about how long it would take if I was in a car accident, or if I had sex with Sonia or Vivian's daughter, how long that would all take. Now, if I was younger, I would have came quicker if it was the girl's first time, same with Sonia. And again, I would let Sonia control the relationship and be on top, or Vivian's daughter, whichever one I was with. Now, if she had a younger daughter under 10, I wouldn't even been with her, Vivian, so I dropped that real quick. Now, if one was 12 to 14, I could still be with her if I was 16, and that's not a crime. You can ask any lawyer in Georgia, a 16-year-old is not still an adult in the eyes of the law. It's not until you're 18. Now, yeah, they're trying certain crimes as an adult, depending on what they are. But if I talk to her about it and explain to her what pregnancy is and stuff like that, too, even if it was her or Sonia, and Sonia would know, so I wouldn't even talk about her. Sonia's definitely old enough. So again, right. Now though, all I know is I'll show you where I blacked out Sonia or Vivian's daughter, and why. Now basically, me and Roddy was coming back from Guyton, of course, and we were driving down this road, and Roddy wanted me to drop him off to Vivian's, probably. More than likely. So, right. Now, do you think little Roddy wanted me to play Dukes of Hazzard Marceline, or do you think he was going over there to have sex with Vivian? There he is. Like he was the whole time. Now, I met Vivian one time too, but that was before that, but I knew where he wanted to go. But again, wrong place. Old Town. But we're looking for Halfway Road, if it's still called that. They might change the name. I don't know. That's up ahead. So right now I'm going around 45, almost speed limit. Anyway. So, right. Now, but it does mean someone wrecked the car. It does mean it was a setup, and it does mean they're lying about it still. Whoever did it. And little Roddy was involved with it too, Marcy. Sorry. And we know he wasn't always the best of character-wise either. So again, we're at Halfway Road again. And I turned to this point, and I don't even remember making it to this sign. And this is where I blacked out. So it's 8:50 now. But supposedly, I was going down this road, and the speed limit here is 35, right? So I know I wouldn't go more than 35, maybe 40 around this curve, right? And I'm doing this to demonstrate I can take it safely at that speed. Right. Now, if you fantasize a lot, of course, that's normal too for most men, right? Right. So, again, now, this will be where the accident would have had to have occurred. And again, I would probably have to go off like this, right? And it would go flying into the air, right? And crash into the ground, right? Right there. And that's the only place it could have happened, too. Now, Sonia used to live over here, right? Remember that? that was her parents' old house. And Vivian, of course, lived down here. I'm not sure which house, but I'll show you the general location that I remember. Now, if I made it around the curve and someone didn't run me off the road, this is where we're going. Right? So only Sonia was out in the yard when I went by, but I even have addressed her there too. Right. Now, Vivian lived in one of these houses around here. I'm not sure which one. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Not sure. But I think it was on the right side anyway. And again, somewhere in this area on the right side. That's all I remember. And I met her one time. Maybe that one. Not sure. But like I said, alright, now I need to turn around real quick. And the purpose of that is to show you the ambulance ride to Memorial. How long it would take them to get me out of the car. Because either I was placed in the car and attacked by either Vivian or Brian. And then again, I would have to be taken to the hospital, and they wrecked the car to make it look like I was in a car accident because I revived. Now again, after the physical attack, which would involve at least with a lot facet of the C2 and C3, some kind of